Welcome, Taurus, to your weekly reading. This is for the 8th to the 15th of December. We are going to go ahead and see all the possible energies and messages coming through for you for this week. Taurus, I'm going to start off by looking at the possible energy beginning the week. We'll then move on to your possible challenges, if any. Thirdly, we will look at messages and advice from Spirit. We will then move on to your unexpected blessing coming through this week. And finally, the possible outcome of the week. Taurus, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to start off over here with 6 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, and we're looking at the possible energy beginning the week. Now, Taurus, you are coming through here presenting as Queen of Pentacles. It does not matter if you are masculine or feminine. It's the energy of Queen of Pentacles I'm speaking about. Now, what I see here is something really exciting. I feel, Taurus, that's something to do with your abundance, your prosperity, something that makes you feel grounded and secure on the physical realm is coming about at the beginning of the week. So this could be, Taurus, that you find out that you're getting a really good increase at work. This could be that you find out that the application you put in for a new home has been approved. There's something coming through here that's going to give you a wonderful sense of, my gosh, this is exactly what I wanted. I can't believe how lucky I am. And that little rabbit there does confirm for us that whatever this is for you is indeed going to bring in a lot of luck and joy. With the 6 of Wands here, Taurus, I do feel there is some kind of elevation. So you are either being promoted or you're moving to a much nicer neighborhood or a much nicer home. This could be, my dear Taurus, that somebody comes in and gives you a really meaningful compliment that makes you feel like, wow, I can't believe how they see me. That makes me feel so good. There's something quite wonderful happening here for you, and I feel it's going to have an incredibly positive effect on you. Right, let's move on now and see what your possible challenges are. And we have King of Swords and Justice. Now, Taurus, I don't feel that this is a very big challenge. It's more advice. What I'm seeing here is that if you are involved in anything to do with the law or any legal matter, or it could also be that you find yourself in a situation where you experienced some kind of injustice, or you saw some kind of injustice or unfairness being done to somebody else. You are being told that it would be in your best interest to reach out to somebody who has knowledge in this particular field. So, for example, Taurus, if you are in a big negotiation with regards to buying a new home or leasing a new home, get somebody who has experience with this in, whether it's a friend or a colleague or even somebody professional, to go over the contract and review it with you and give you advice. If, my dear Taurus, say you experienced some kind of injustice at work, perhaps your boss spoke to you very badly in front of everybody and it was a very humiliating experience for you, you're being advised to go and speak to somebody in the company, like human resources or your boss's manager, and raise it. Let somebody come in and sort it out for you. You do not have to deal with whatever is going on alone. Get the guidance, get the insight that you need so that you can manage whatever this is in the most effective way and get the best possible outcome. Now let's move on and see what Spirit would like to share with you. And we have Two of Swords and the Tower. Now, Taurus, Spirit has a very interesting message for you. They are asking you not to avoid any big circumstances that are coming up in your life. And Taurus, it's so understandable. Sometimes when we are confronted with, say, an aggressive sibling, or a friend phones us up and tells us they are really angry with us, or our significant other stops speaking to us, sometimes when these kind of energies come up for us, they become so overwhelming that we shut down. We don't want to address it. We don't want to look at it. It's blindfold on, swords up. We protect our heart. Spirit is saying, Taurus, this is not the best way to deal with anything that can come up this week. You need to confront it head on. Speak to the relevant person, address the matter immediately, because if you continue to ignore it like it doesn't exist, it can become even worse. So much so, my dear Taurus, that it can become a real problem. But if you nip it in the bud, you're going to avoid this totally. So I know it's tempting just to pull back and pretend nothing's going on. Say if your significant other is behaving very cold and aloof, don't ignore it. Sit down, speak to them, ask them what is going on, let me in, let's work it out. Because if you catch it there and then, I feel you will find a resolution and put it behind you. But if you ignore it, my dear Taurus, there could be a big argument coming up. So, very strong advice coming through there from Spirit if this resonates with you. Now let's move on and see what your unexpected blessing is this week. And we have Death and the Five of Pentacles. Now, Taurus, this is the kind of unexpected blessing we all wish and pray for. Because when we see a negative energy coming up, we know there's going to be a change in that particular situation. And not only do we see a change for you, but we see an end of it, a final ending, no going back. Now, Five of Pentacles here could affect you in very many ways. This could be a financial struggle. Maybe the festive season's coming up and you're really feeling like, how am I going to manage? How am I going to do everything I want to do? This could be, my dear Taurus, that you've been going through a period where you really felt as though you were out there on your own. You didn't have the support you needed. You didn't have the resources you needed. And it's been a very harsh experience for you. You could be feeling incredibly lonely and isolated. And especially now with the festive season coming up and everyone's making plans and getting together with friends and family, it could really highlight your loneliness. Please do not worry, because with Death sitting on top of Five of Pentacles, whatever this is for you, something is coming in that's going to end this very strong emotion. Whether somebody comes in and gifts you with money, whether a friend out of the blue phones you up and asks you to join them over the festive season for their celebrations, or it could just be, my dear Taurus, that unexpectedly a really close friend comes through and says, I feel you're going through a really hard time. Do you want to talk about it? I'm here for you. I've got your back. Something is going to happen to alleviate this. But the best thing we see for you is Death, because this energy ends this week. Now let us see what the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance is for you, and we're looking at the possible energy ending the week. Now you are ending the week with two major arcana cards, so we know it's a strong and powerful ending. We do see a wonderful, big change coming through for you. And for many of you, the change comes through with our death energy. But once we see the Wheel of Fortune, we know that no matter what the change is that's coming through, it's coming through in your favor. And with Temperance here, my dear Taurus, I want you to know that the rest of December is going to be a very peaceful, blessed, and enjoyable period for you. We have our Temperance angel coming in, letting you know that there's a lovely element now of calmness that comes over you. All the big dramatic energy is now fading into the past, and you can just focus on enjoying the rest of 2025 and thinking of all the good you want to bring in to 2026. Let's go ahead now and get a message from your angels for the week. And you have remain positive. Taurus, your angels are asking you to keep an optimistic attitude. There is a very positive momentum beginning to build towards the creation of your desires. And we saw that all the way through, my dear Taurus. You're speeding your dreams along by maintaining a cheerful and confident demeanor. It may seem, my dear Taurus, that your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon you're going to see big, significant change. Don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true. That's all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the most wonderful week, and I am sending you all so much love.